the Esee Junglas, a real manly man's blade.
Friends, it's Gabriel with the Last Huntsman channel here. I've been working on the review for this knife for about 3 years now. And the knife I'm talking about is the classic Esee Junglas. Like I said, I've been doing this review for about 3 years, so this ain't just a short little backyard review. I'm going to be showing video from years of work on this knife, and so let's get started. Alright, so the Esee Junglas, it is made out of 1095 high carbon steel made by Rowan. I think it's a very proven steel. It's one of my favorite steels. That's why I gravitate towards Esees. It comes with a Kydex sheath with a molly back on it, which is pretty cool. I generally don't carry it by the hip. I'll attach it to a backpack. The blade length is 10.3 inches. The overall length is 16.5 inches. So it's a large survival knife, and I think it should be used in that regard. Let's test out this thing some more. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to test out with this Esee Junglas is a 10 chop test. We're just going to see what kind of damage it can do. One more for good measure. It can chop pretty good, and this is a hardwood. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but yeah, it can do quite a bit of damage with the Esee Junglas. Hardwood's a little harder to cut through. But the Esee Junglas don't give a shit. A small little tree is kind of in my way. My little bug out shelter here, so. Alright, so we got some of the bigger logs here now. This is a hardwood. I'm not exactly sure what it is, to be honest. But I got the Esee Junglas. I need some wood out here. It's cold. It's going to be like 6 degrees with the wind chill being in the negative. So I got to get some wood out here. Got some other knives to test out, but right now, when you need shit done, the Esee Junglas is the guy you call. Your knife to get shit done. It don't give a shit. That's a hard piece. It's also half frozen too. There we go. Stacking up some wood. Here's a little dumpy piece. That'll be easy to split. Got me a piece of hedge for my baton. It's a pretty hard wood. Some people calls it Osage too, so it kind of depends on
what part of the country you're from, what it's called.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be testing out with the Esee Junglas is I'm going to be doing some stabbing and tip testing here. So we're going to see how well this thing could stab. Yeah, it can sink in pretty good. Ugh. Probably a big chunk of wood out there. Let's try that again. Now I know people are cringing when they see tip testing, but oh damn. Here, let's just... Yeah, this thing can stab really well, actually, for it being a drop point. And you can check out the profile of the blade. It is still straight. That's why I like these Esees. They are built rock solid. They're, in my opinion, one of my favorite knife companies. So something else I want to talk about with the Esee Junglas is the handle. The handle on this knife, I think, is actually a very well designed handle. You can get the G10 TKC grips from the Knife Connection, and which I think would make it a little better, but to be honest, I don't really feel like this needs to be replaced at like the SE6 or the SE4, just because it's much more rounded. And with this handle, especially the way I cut that choil in there, it gives me about 3 different positions that I could wield this knife and do all kinds of different tasks with it. And so I could do up close tasks, or I could kind of do a little bit of medium work and even medium chopping, or I could really rear back on it, especially with lanyard, and do some 3-finger action and get some heavy chops in. So I have to congratulate Esee. This is a great designed handle, and I wish they would make more knives with this handle on it. What I'm going to use the Esee Junglas for is, it is a rather large knife, and so it's not exactly designed for this. However, since it's a quote survival knife, should be able to do a lot of other things, and that's actually why I put the choil on here myself, is because I think it lends it more towards being multi-use. But I'm going to try to make some feather sticks here, just to... I'm actually doing a pretty decent job here with some feather sticks, even with such a large blade. That cedar torch up pretty well. We need a fire down there. Makes feather sticks pretty well with the Esee Junglas, even though it's such a large blade. Something else I'm going to try with the Esee Junglas is how well you could actually make notches out of it. This is a rather large piece here, but we'll give it a go. Got my good old handy baton here. Just gonna make a little square notch here. There you go. Pretty perfect square notch. Okay, so one thing I'm going to test out with the Esee Junglas is the pommel. And so like you could use the pommel to smash things and stuff like that, crack up little nuts and stupid little bushcraft shit like that. Or you could do some attitude readjustment. So you can really just smash the shit out of something, or less lethal means, which I don't know, I'm not exactly sure how less lethal that would actually be, especially on a zombie or bear head or something like that. But I use stupid terms now on YouTube. But yeah, you can do some pretty decent damage with just the attitude readjusting pommel. Alright, so the next part I'm going to show you guys is how this blade could actually be used as like a defensive tactical blade. No to the YouTube critics, I am not promoting violence. This could, you know, be a bear, it could be a zombie, it could be whatever the hell you want to imagine. Just use your imagination. But, you know, in America, we do have the right to defend ourselves. And so, with the Esee Junglas, obviously it is a large blade, but it can generate some power, and you got some standoff with it too. But it's not going to be as quick in hand as, say, like your SE6 or your Becker BK7. It's why I almost prefer a medium-sized fixed blade. But this thing can really do something if you need to. Alright, so I've been using this Esee Junglas for years now. Like I said, I've had this knife for about 3 years now. I've been doing little short clips. I'll be adding different video clips into this review. But I absolutely love this knife. It's one of my main go-to knives. I plan on testing its little brother, its new little brother soon, the Esee Junglas 2, which I think has some distinct advantages and maybe even disadvantages to its big brother here. However, my overall thoughts on this, I would say get one. This thing is awesome. It's going to last you a lifetime. Your grandchildren are going to probably inherit it one day. And it's my main go-to knife. I'm going to just say it as far as like my big, large chopping knife. It's my main go-to one. I think there's some that might chop a little better, might do certain little things better, but this one I think overall is the most reliable and the most versatile out of them. So with all that being said, my friends, get out in the woods, enjoy life, be prepared, but physically and spiritually, God bless, and carry on. So you cannot, by no means, go out into the woods, especially reviewing knives and stuff, without your adventure golden doodle. He needs his little sweater on and his little cute bow tie as well.